Alright folks, today I'm going to be working on this Honda EU3000 IS generator. I'm going to make a carburetor replacement video on it. Actually, I think I've already made one in the past, so I'm going to just do one again, basically. So this is it. This is the Honda EU3000, and we will be doing a carburetor replacement. So first thing I'm going to do is obviously open the door with the screwdriver and start by taking the air cleaner out. So there's two clips here at the top and two clips at the bottom. That's what it'll take to get this out. So I've got these two clips out here at the top. I'm just gonna pop these out at the bottom here and remove it. You'll see the air cleaner in there. So we'll just remove that. And it comes right out. Next thing I'm going to do is remove this little hose going to this air box, because I'm going to remove this air box. Next thing I'm going to do is use a 10mm socket to get these 3 bolts here. There's 3 bolts down in here. And then the bolt right there. So those are the 3 bolts, or 2 nuts in the bolt basically, and that comes out. So it's just the air cleaner. That's all it is. Next thing I'm going to do is turn the fuel off in the front panel, turn the fuel valve to off, but also too I'm going to close off the line here going to the carburetor with this Harbor Freight fuel line cut off. Just squeezing it shut. Now we can go ahead and start removing our gas line from the carburetor. Then you're gonna pinch the fuel line connector thing that holds the hose to the carburetor, and you got to be careful, because if you don't have a spare hose, this hose might get damaged. But it's a good idea to go ahead and replace it anyway. It's going to be a little bit of gas that might come out, but it shouldn't be much. And while I'm in here, I just use some wipes and kind of wipe down the surfaces of dirt, just to kind of clean up the area a little bit. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and remove this little gasket and remove this plate here. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to take this little throttle connect, or this little choke cable off. I'm going to just let it sit like that, and that way everything is disconnected. And now I can start pulling everything out. Just trying to slide it off those 2 posts, because there's only 2 posts holding it on. That's it. And that's it. So just take that off, And the only thing left really holding it is this little connector here, the little motor. So I think it's a servo motor. You might need a, oh, it's gonna spill some fluid here, but you might need something to just kind of pop those ends off with. And just pop this out the back of it. And then you're gonna pull your hoses out of the bottom of the frame like that. Some of the gas will, if you have any gas in it, will spill out of that out of the bottom of that bowl there, but that's pretty much it. You're gonna have to take this part off and reuse it. As you can see, the gasket here is a little messed up. It's very important that you have a gasket seal around here because you don't want any vacuum leaks. So if you have a damaged gasket, you're gonna have to replace it. So now I would just say look around there, make sure there's nothing that's not not in place. Make sure that your gasket surface is clean going into the engine. If there's any old gasket material that needs to be scraped off, and just check your gaskets on both sides of this right here. Make sure it actually is in place. If it's not, you'll need a new gasket. Otherwise, you can just go ahead and start putting it back the other way. All right, so this is the part number that I'm using. Carburetor, and this is the new carburetor. So we're just going to start pushing it back together. By the way, now would be a good time to replace your fuel petcock if you're having issues with it. But I don't see any problems here, and everything looks good. But basically it goes up into the tank, and this is where the shutoff is right here for it. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on. Just slide it into position on the two mounts. Make sure it's firm and in place before I slide the new carburetor on top of it. And the choke points out this way. All your hoses come down this direction to the left. And now is actually a good time to put the wire back on first, because it actually is going to be behind it. So you want to put that wire back on. So put it back on like this. Make sure you line everything up like that, and then push it into this little groove here, and then put it back. Oh, also might be easier to just, well, yeah, just put it back together like this. And then while you're there, go ahead and put your fuel hose in. All right, so now I'm just gonna use these little clips that came off the old carburetor, and I'm gonna put them back on. So these just keep the hoses together. Just sit them over there to the side. Same thing for the hoses in the bottom. I'm just gonna feed them back through my holes here in the bottom here. So now those are connected, I can go ahead and put everything else back in together. Before putting it back on, I like kind of cleaning this plate off a little bit, just because it gets really dirty. again, make sure your gasket's good. So now after cleaning this a little bit, we're going to try to put this little piece here for the choke. We want to put it in the top of the carburetor right here and hook this up to it as well. So I'm going to do that now. Might have to move the carburetor choke plate out a little bit to get it to go in place. And it's actually easier to slide the carburetor back and get everything lined up, then slide it on these two posts, because it makes it easier to get behind here and get the little lever into the hole of the choke. And then after that, you can slide it back on. And then as you can see, when I move this choke lever, it's moving this piece here. If that's not connected, you're not going to be able to start it, especially in cold weather, because you need choke to start it. Then now we can go ahead and connect our linkage here. Just pop this here in place at the top, and that's going to pull on it. Then you got to connect the other side. You're just going to double check your choke, make sure it moves in and out when you pull the choke. And basically that's it on that part. So now that we make sure that, you know, our fuel line is connected in the back, we can go ahead and disconnect our hose clamp. And now we can start putting our air filter bracket back on. Again, I like to clean things a little bit before I put it back together. Make sure it's clean in there. And this is actually the side that the filter will go in, so I really like to make sure it's clean. All right, so now that I've cleaned everything up a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on. So we want to make sure the holes on that side are exposed coming out of the carburetor. And we're just gonna slide this back in place. And then use our little 10mm nuts to go back on the two posts coming out of the carburetor. I like to make sure everything is snugged up so there's no problems with the filters. Now I'll put my PVC hose back on, or crankcase ventilation hose. Now we can go ahead and slide our filter on. I like to make sure it's in there good before I try to close it up. Then push our flaps back down. Again, there's 4, 1 in each corner. Bottom ones are a little difficult, but you got to get them in. We don't want any dirty air to go in. And so that's it. Everything is now in place. You got your fuel drain lines in place. You got your crankcase ventilation hose in place. You have your choke connector. You have your little servo motor control right here. And that should be it. All you gotta do now is just crank it up and try it. Now what we want to do is turn on our fuel pull the choke out, or if it's warm outside, it might crank up without choke, but I'm just going to double check everything, check for leaks. Last thing we wanted is a leak inside of here, so we should be able to run just fine, but we'll just check. Again, we're just checking for leaks. I don't see any leaks. I think we're good. Turn off our eco throttle. That works good. I think we're good.